Right, another little video. And if you've seen them ones I was doing about the voodoo stuff, right? You have ideas such as dark, drac, like Drake, and things like that. Right? Like obviously Dracula, like basically the drac idea is to do with snake. Like the draco idea is to do with snake again. Right? So when you have dark, like Kardashians, the Kardashians, the dark, and here's one called the dark and the drac and the drake, right? So all like the same type of thing, right? This is the co-founder of Marxist Communist Party. But Cardio Robinson. The Cardios of Oxford. Fine teas in Oxford. So as you see here, draco is the Greek or Latin word for serpent or dragon. So again, this is basically the syringe idea, right? And here's the lawgiver. Obviously again, that's referring to Moses. Moses and the tablets, right? So you can see, how it works basically, right? There are a lot of things here like Xenodermis javanicus. Derm, of course, is skin. Javan, tubercle snake, mud snake. So of course, like a lot of obviously always correspondences between snakes and syringes all the time. Javanicus, like a javelin, of course Java is like coffee in that, isn't it? So you see what I mean? It's always the same codes in that. Of course this one, Ouroboros, again a simple metaphor for the syringe use, right? Dacian Draco. So basically whenever you see this Draco idea, see it's like the dark arts or the syringe. The dark arts of the syringe use. See what I'm saying? It's basically hide the ideas behind either a sort of good thing like white medicine or black arts, voodoo and all this. Of course, one call that in the Harry Potter things and then. Of course, constellation in the pool PT, T pool. So basically again, another syringe metaphor type of idea. Of course, this one like a bit like the Uranus, like the Uranus castrations idea. And again, this basically symbolising the syringe use. Like injecting into yourself type of thing. See what I mean? Renewing, like the snake idea and all this. And of course, he symbolise the transmigration of souls, metempsychosis. Transmigration. So of course, like, what that basically is a metaphor for and all that. The mouth is ionic. Room like. Of course, you're like other things like Draco, a physician. And several physicians in the family, of course, like the doctor. And the remember a thing called Johnny Dogger, what was a few years ago, and all the same stuff, saying, group of experimental antiviral drugs. Need out something to do with trans technology, like military standard. Of course, load of spears, big long spears and that. So again, there's this serum, so you know what it's about. It's the serum in the syringe. Totally quoted as. Coons. Draconarius. Sivian, all today with unique ideas and all that. Again, that's just same as the caduceus, the serpent or the pearl idea. So obviously this stuff isn't like thousands of years old and that. Just as old as what the syringe was. Inflated by the wind. Again, another good idea of like, injecting in a substance inflated by the wind. Make a sort of hissing sound as the air is forced through them. It's like an air syringe type of idea, see? The hissing there, the hissing Sid and all that. Again, totally coded with syringe metaphors and all that. Hissing Sid Renius. See what I'm saying? Of course, the arch. This here is Ost is east. So that's east, and Yar is basically yes, Northern German and that. So that's like east and yes. So that's like type of Jesus idea. Look straight away, you got the serpent again, the fire breathing, again symbolising the injection, and you got the two like fangs type of thing, what you find on other stuff, good African stuff and things like that. And you've also got this here, which to me just looks straight off like a syringe. There's the little pinpoint, the syringe. So again, you see what I mean? The stuff obviously isn't as old as what's made out to be. And it's all organised around the around the syringe users and the hormone users. Of course, trans on the anyhow. That'll be one of the biggest ideas, isn't it? Royal Sarmatian draco. There's the seal of Dobby's law. The lawgiver. The law. Law is tea drinking, and the seal is like the Solomon seal. Again relating to the syringe. Again, these serpent fangs idea. Just like what do you call it? Moses has got the two horns sticking out of his head and that. Again, Sarmatians, just another. All these words are very similar. Like Samaritans, Martians, Rastafarians, everything. Like it's always the same type of words. Of course, Sardis is unique. Sardis is unique. It's just always these type of nonsense stuff in it. Apparently this empire existed, this one existed, and it's just like basically made up. It's just a pure like imagination, isn't it? Basically. However many people talk to write in all the stuff, probably hundreds, you know what I mean? Just adding little bits every few years and just crazy like. course, there's Caucasus, a bit like the caduceus idea, I'd say. So, of course, there'll be a lot of solar curds in this. Black and Caspian Seas, Caucasus, caduceus, gotta be something to do with it. From the Black Sea to the caduceus. And funny curds in, Western Roman Empire. They are just hidden curds, The islands. Of course, that's got to be, basically referring to some group of British family or something, Like ridiculous, isn't it? UK reign, of course. Soru, of course, is here. Again, the snake and lizard. So you see what I mean? Reptile-like scale armor. The armor of God, putting on the trans armor. So when you trans into the opposite gender thing, it's putting on the armor of God. Suit, Suit of armor. To move suddenly. Of course, this would be totally made up. This would be from the Psalms, The Psalm idea in the Bible. And then basically made this up from that. Of course, fighting the dragon idea. Like chasing the dragon and all that thing. So like chasing the dragon idea, see? Chasing the dragon. The rain chase is one of the biggest trances, like. The chase game show, Chasing the dragon. Supposed to have 6 chases. Of course, you get this idea of chased, come from that, and it's abstaining from sexual intercourse, so it's obviously one of the favourite eunuch ideas, Not sort of like definitely the way they're trying to grow with the society, you know what I mean? The eunuch idea, basically getting away from sexual intercourse ideas and all that, you know what I mean? On the way to eunuch land. Like a celibate monk. And chastity. Obviously not a big idea to them, like.